Hello, my name is Bella Blanchard. This is a recording for volunteers working for refugees or hosts of Ukrainians or anyone else who is new to ESOL, that is English to speakers of other languages. So my name is Bella Blanchard and I manage the ESOL curriculum for skills and learning. If you want to get in touch with us, you could go to our website, which is www.skillsandlearningace.com, or you could email us at inquiries@salbcp.com, or you could phone us 01202 123 444. So today we wanted to talk about how to approach ESOL. Firstly, I just wanted to say, keep it simple, keep to plain English, try not to introduce too many tenses, pasts or futures or conditionals, and not too many words or phrases. It's very difficult to remember new language, new words, and we often do this. We think people can remember many. If you're teaching a new word or phrase, keep repeating it, not the same day, but in a natural context. You could say again, oh, lots of cars, or whatever it is that you're trying to teach. And just to illustrate this, I was going to say 3 words in Italian. Not very good at Italian, so bear with me. And just see if you can remember them at the end of this little conversation that we're going to have. So the 3 words in Italian are la tavola, which means the table, posso avere, which means can I have, and oggi, which means today. So that's it from me. I'm going to pass over now to Elizabeth. We have with us Elizabeth and Karen. They're part of the ESOL team. We're working across Dorset, so we have centres in Bournemouth and Poole, and in Weymouth, Dorchester, Sherburn, Shaftesbury, Sturminster Newton. Gosh, we're spread all over the place. But anyway, so Karen and Elizabeth have kindly agreed to come today and join me just to share their knowledge and experience. And gosh, they have a wealth of knowledge and experience. So Elizabeth, would you like to tell us a little bit about ESOL?
Yes, okay. So the tendency can be to sort of, yes, to use too much language, or possibly to correct too many times. Perhaps if they're making one particular mistake again and again, that might be worth picking up on and modelling, and then maybe a bit of drilling, which is just repeating back and practicing that again. And like Bella said, just to keep repeating ad nauseam, and gradually those words will become familiar. To reinforce this, you could put up post-its, visual notes and things all over your home if you can stand it, all over the fridge or the kitchen, in the sitting room, so that when they go past, they practice saying these words. It's important to actually say them out loud rather than just think, oh yes, it's that, because of course the muscles work differently, and yeah, accent and so on. It's great to have just normal conversations like we do in English. It's a nice day, isn't it? And it's a nice day, isn't it? As we speak, and get them to try and copy the intonation, the way the voice rises and goes down in English, which is actually very important in our small talk, isn't it? Using lots of question words like who, what, why, when, how, where. Yep, okay. And to perhaps try and just keep your vocabulary in little sections, like if you're having a meal, just go through the things on the table, the things that we would say. Could you pass the salt? Do you like this? You could go through all the things that have constituted that dinner or whatever. Heidi, who's not here, had the brilliant idea that if you were in the kitchen cooking, that you could involve your Ukrainian learner with you, get them to repeat what the ingredients are and the actions. So what am I doing? I am chopping carrots or whatever. And that could, of course, then involve them coming and cooking their own recipes and teaching you, and going through the vocabulary again, what they are doing and what they are using. And if you have people coming round, any visitors or anything, try to get them to sort of model the same kind of sentences perhaps and questions that you've been modeling, so they can hear it again from different people. There are obviously some really great website resources, such as esolvideo.com, which is has all levels of English, little videos, very pleasant little videos actually, with some easy listening and simple quizzes at the end. esol.courses.com is a fabulous website with all kinds of vocabulary in different areas. You name it, it's there. Again, at beginner level, to teach them vocabulary. And a grammar book called what's it called, Bella?
English grammar in use.
English grammar in use.
Yeah, there are two of them actually. There's
grammar,
English grammar in use. There's the basic one, which is red. That's the elementary one, and then there's blue one, which is intermediate, by Raymond Murphy.
The red one, and you can actually find that online if you would want to practice any of the grammar, because they have learned it and they want to hit the ground running. They want to learn. They're keen to learn and get out there and get jobs and things. So yes, there is. I know Karen will talk about Excellence Gateway. There is a section on there about UK life with little videos to show them what life in England is like. I think that was all that I had to offer for the moment at this beginner level.
Lovely. Thanks very much. And I was just going to add in, there's an app called Duolingo, which can be quite useful for learning a language. So if you can get the app, then they could download that and have a go. It takes you through many things in a language. Okay, so if we go over to Karen. Karen, you wanted to mention some other resources that people could use.
Yes, certainly. Hi, everyone. So I think there are quite a lot of websites out there which you could be useful for your learners. And of course, we also, as teachers, we use them a lot in our classes. There's one called ESOL Queen, which I'll just put in the chat box. And it's a lady who's an ESOL teacher who set up on her own website, which is accessible to anyone for free. And it's got lots of very simple vocabulary, pictures and dialogues and that sort of thing, which you could use and download. Other websites which I tend to use, there's another one called ESOL Courses, which I'm just putting in the link as well, esolcourses.com, which is also another one that has all kinds of levels from beginner to advanced, and it's lots of different materials. There are listenings, there are excerpts about different life in the UK, that sort of thing. I tend to also use BBC Learning English, and British Council websites are also very good for ESOL, any kind of ESOL learner. There are different videos again, there are vocabulary exercises, downloadable, printoutable, so that's also good. And as Elizabeth also mentioned, there's Excellence Gateway, which is another website we all use as tutors, and it breaks down different topic areas for learners into depending on what they want to learn about. Life in the UK is one of the topics. I think you put Elizabeth put something about Radio 4 and BBC Sound. So I do try and encourage learners to listen as much as they can outside of the class. So not only to their host family and friends of host family, but also lots of online resources, especially listening to the radio. Radio 4 is good for listening, especially as they speak really clearly, really slowly, really good for them. Watching TV programs, iPlayer, I think we've mentioned there, adding subtitles, yeah, that sort of thing as well. So just immersing themselves as much as they can in the English language. Going to the library in Dorchester or Weymouth or Bournemouth and taking out books as well. They have lots of good resources at the libraries around Dorset actually, and they've got summer courses running at the moment in some of the libraries. So yeah, that's also a good way. So
lovely.
Yeah,
thanks very much, Karen.
You're welcome.
I was just going to say, in the libraries as well, they've got some of those readers which are quite short books, so they're shortened versions of perhaps a classic or maybe not a classic, but they're shortened and slightly simplified language. So you can get those in many libraries, or they could ask for them. And I think those are really good for that intermediate level. Obviously not for beginners, but they can graduate onto those maybe. Okay, I think that's everything. Was there anything else to add?
There is some kind of website which I can't remember now. It's a reading website with lots of abridged books at all levels. Perhaps we could. I'm so sorry. Yes. The name escapes me at the moment.
Yes, never mind. Well, we can perhaps put that into an email or something.
Yes.
Okay, lovely. Well, thanks very much, Elizabeth and Karen, for joining me. And I hope that helps everybody out there who's listening to this. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.